Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you already have subscribed, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. But if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. A lot of the time, I get this question asked by the brothers when Dajjal, the end of time, the Mahdi will appear. Now, obviously, I understand these people when they ask this question, these brothers, they know that we do not know the answer, but they want to get some kind of like estimation, some kind of like prediction, some kind of like a tentative day. So I decided to talk about it, not with certainty because I do not know when these things will happen, but from a hadith that I found to be very, very interesting. This hadith, it gives us a lot of clues, even though this hadith was reported in the Sunan and they classed that hadith as daif, as weak. Nevertheless, this hadith was actually mentioned in another chain of narration. So for that reason, I cannot say we cannot take this hadith at all, because this part of the hadith, I should say, part of the hadith was actually reported in another chain of narration. So I can take this hadith and inshallah we can talk more about it. So let's jump ahead to the voiceover and talk more about this hadith and see when Dajjal, Imam Mahdi, when is the possibility, I should say, what is the possibility and when this might happen that we see Dajjal and Imam Mahdi, Ya'juj and Ma'juj appear. For us to understand the timeline of the coming of Dajjal, the end of time, the Mahdi, we have to refer to a very interesting hadith. This hadith was narrated from Hafsa, the daughter of Umar bin al-Khattab and the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What happened is that one day Abdullah ibn Umar, the son of Umar bin al-Khattab and the brother of Hafsa radiallahu anha, Abdullah ibn Umar, he said something that made Ibn Sayyad upset. Who is Ibn Sayyad? According to some ulama scholars, they say that he was a Yahudi. Others say he became Muslim later on. But regardless, Abdullah ibn Umar, he said something and Ibn Sayyad was very upset. So Hafsa radiallahu anh, she told her brother, Abdullah ibn Umar, "Oh my brother, do you not know what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about Dajjal?" Because some of the people in Medina and even some scholars, they believe that Ibn Sayyad was or is the Dajjal. He did not die, he is living with us. So this is one opinion. But the majority of the scholars, they concluded saying that no, he is not Dajjal. But anyways, Hafsa radiallahu anh, she said to his brother Abdullah ibn Umar, "Do you not know that Dajjal will appear when he will be very angry? Why are you making Ibn Sayyad upset?" Because Ibn Sayyad, he was fueling inside. He was so angry at Abdul ibn Umar. He was like a balloon. He was so huge. He became so huge because of his anger. So Hafsa radiallahu anh, she reminded Abdul ibn Umar, don't make him angry. Because if he's Dajjal and he comes out and he's angry, then that's not good. One thing that we learn from the hadith, dear brothers and sisters, is that Dajjal will appear when he is angry, from the hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned, and this is, as I said in the beginning, it's a da'if hadith, but again, it was narrated in some other chain of narration, so we can't take it. And it was reported in Sunan ibn Majah, Mu'adh ibn Jabal. He was Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anh, he was the one who mentioned this hadith to us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Al-malhamatul kubra wa fathul Qustuntiniyati wa khurudu Dajjal fi sab'a ashhur." Al-malhamatul kubra wa fathul Qustuntiniyati wa khuruju Dajjal fi sab'a ashhur. The great fierce battle, the malhama that we talk about, dear brothers and sisters, conquest of Constantinople, what we call in English, and the emergence of Dajjal will happen within 7 months. Sab'ati ashhur. The first thing that will happen, according to this hadith, is Malhamatul Kubra will take place first, fierce battle. And who will fight it? The Muslim and the non-Muslim. There will be huge gathering of army. Then, after this battle, the Muslims, Fathul Qustantiniyati, they will conquer, they will be victorious to take over Constantinople. Today we call it Istanbul in Turkey. After that happens, then Dajjal will come out. Khuruju Dajjal. Now, why this hadith is something I accept personally is because before the coming of Dajjal, if you take a look at the sequence, you find that the two previous things that happened before his coming is going to make him angry. So number one, Malhamatul Kubra, and Muslims will be victorious. Then they will take over Constantinople. That will make Dajjal even angrier, and then he will come out. It is all logical. It makes very sense, a lot of sense, because the hadith is clear that he will be angry and then he will come out. So for Dajjal to come out, he has to be angry. And what will make him angry is because of the Malhamatul Kubra was won by the Muslims. Then now the Muslims are marching forward and they are taking over, Constantinople, and Dajjal is now freaking out. Dajjal is like, what is going on? So it is in that sense possible, and again, Allahu Alam, we can only predict when this will happen. It is possible that Dajjal will be very angry once the Muslim will take over. Now the question is, we are already in Istanbul. The Muslims are already there. So what does it mean? When we talk about hadith, and the ulama and my scholar, my sheikh, he mentioned, just because an event took place in the past doesn't mean it will not take place in the future again. Just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it will not happen again. Yes, the Ottoman Empire, they established their rule in Istanbul, in Constantinople. They took over the land, the city. But that doesn't mean that the Muslims, the Turks, will not lose this city to the Romans in the future again. That doesn't mean, this hadith doesn't mean it will not happen. It is possible that this city will be lost to the Romans, to the non-Muslims one more time. And this is going to be when the Muslims will fight. The Malhamatul Kubra will take place. And this is again my understanding. Because Muslims have lost this city, which they lived and ruled over for many, many years, centuries, the Muslims will be now gathering and willing, and Allah will send special troops, special, what do you call that, a Navy SEAL, like special force. Some countries, they have this special group of people, right? So Allah Azza wa Jal will send this special group of army, Muslim, who are prepared. Allah will give them victory to take this city back one more time. It was taken back by the Ottoman Empire. It will be taken back again by the Muslims in the future. That's my understanding, and this is something the ulama, they agreed that the hadith can refer that these events, even though it took place in the past, it will still take place in the future. And we take a look at what is happening, demonstration with Turkey. They are under sanctions right now. US, they don't like Turkey. Many other countries have problem. France, Germany, you name it, Greece, everyone seems to have a special problem with Turkey, including the Muslim countries. UAE, Saudi Arabia, they cannot stand Erdogan. The only reason Erdogan is still there is, subhanallah, this is qadr of Allah, that he is being helped. Otherwise, he has enemy from all directions. So this is a clear sign and the sequence, if you like, as to how Dajjal will appear, in which situation, when he will get angry, and what will happen eventually. We do not know again the future, but we hope whenever it happens, we are steadfast. We will be, inshallah, believers. Okay, brothers, so this is the video. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.